Okay. It's been a while. A long time. I haven't I haven't even looked at the last time I played this game. But as a former D2 player, used to be hardcore player, there has to be a change in several gaming communities. Several gaming communities bring toxicity. FGC games, any fighting game online brings a type of toxicity that cannot be replaced. Shooter games like Call of Duty has the worst type of toxicity. And unfortunately, we live in a world where Destiny players are trying to kill Marathon for a D3. Now, there is good and bad to this. And the reason there's good and bad with this. Dang, I forgot how to play. The reason why there's problems is because the good part is, yeah, this is just showing Bungie. This is showing Bungie and Sony that, oh, our game, the game that we've been playing for years, there's a reason we've been playing it for so long. I just hate, and I've stressed this the last time I think I played. I hope, and if I didn't, well, good. Now I get to talk about it here. Cause goodness, yo, Destiny community, why are y'all being so stupid? And I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. Because honestly, all you're doing is trying to shut down Bungie. Like, do y'all realize what you're doing? You're hating these people who are enjoying Marathon. Let them enjoy Marathon. Because right now, Bungie is not in a good place financially. Like, truly, what y'all are doing is pointless. And I understand you want a D3. But if you want a D3, I know it's going to suck saying, oh, support Marathon. You don't have to support Marathon. Because there's already a set amount of people that's going to enjoy it. There are people that enjoy stuff that you guys don't enjoy. Let them enjoy it. Like, for example, there's a lot of people that didn't play D2 because it wasn't D1. And yet, there's still a large amount of the player base still playing D2 to this day. Why? Because they enjoy the game. So, if you don't like it, that's fine. There are literally more players playing D1 than D3. I mean, than D2. And I know y'all are probably gonna throw hate to me. I don't care. For the sole reason that if you really want a D3, then prove it by not spending on dumb shit that Sony does. Like, you don't have to support everything that Sony does, obviously. But you guys trying to prove a point by saying, "Oh, we're gonna boycott Marathon. We're going to talk shit about Marathon. We're gonna send death threats to people who are enjoying Marathon." I'm gonna say this because I've heard this before. Shout out to Mike Ross. Don't yuck other people's yums, bro. And Mike Ross, Glutex, Excellent Adventures. Do not yuck other people's yums. All you're doing is hating on something that someone else is enjoying. Bro, people in real life have been doing this for literal years. Like, all you guys are doing is being professional haters. Being a professional hater doesn't mean you're going to get everything you want. That just means a large amount of people are going to look at you and not like you because of what you're doing. And you think this is helping the devs? The devs who are probably getting fired because y'all are sending a lot of threats? Y'all are sending a lot of threats to several people who've been enjoying the game, playing the game. The only reason I'm playing Destiny right now is because I enjoy Destiny. I just lost that spark that I used to have. And if we're being honest, I know I'm not the only one. It's just unbelievable. Because you know what? This goes further than Destiny. Like, this is not only a problem for Destiny. This is a problem for every game that's has a fan base, a player base that enjoys the game, and the player base that hates the game. All you guys are doing is screwing it up for the people who you want to make D2. I mean D3. Like, tell me how it makes sense. Oh, because D2 is dead, and you know, the real problem, Sony doesn't even want to let D2 survive. Let's blame the game and the people who are covering the game instead of Sony. Sony is the bigger problem. They've always been the bigger problem. But yet, you Destiny players don't realize this. Well, you know what? I can't say Destiny players. You new gen Destiny players. Let me be exact. The Destiny U Dark, I'm here on a purpose, bruh. In June, when the DLCs are half off, I just want to enjoy the last hoorah before. And you know the worst part is that Sony had literal. They had a reason to do what they did to Destiny. And I know there's a large amount of people who are gonna be like, oh, Sony did this unjust, but when you look, all these DLCs that people say is successful, that they say has the best stories, like me, I enjoyed the final shape, but the sales didn't prove it. A large amount of the community didn't like it. And I know how people felt about Lightfall. Lightfall's story was everywhere. and, and and the thing, another worst part about Destiny is that everything is behind a wall. Like everything in Destiny is behind some type of wall that you have to use money for. Which, look, I can understand for certain things, but y'all can they care so much about cosmetics that they're taking the Overwatch route, making these cosmetics cost literal bands just because they're trying to make it back. I'm gonna let you know, like, there's different ways to do this. And I think another problem that I don't know if the Destiny community has even talked about, but we gotta talk about it. And Dark, I'm also gonna talk about rivals. All right, so I'm gonna keep talking about Destiny because the community has become more of an issue than I wished it wasn't. Like truly, y- y'all gotta be better. Dark, let's talk about the rivals community. Bef- Before I keep going on about the Destiny community, because I feel like every stream I'm gonna have for Destiny is mainly gonna be about this community. But just to talk about rivals, so it's not just like this is a stream about hating on the community. When I truly do love the community, like the Destiny community has very intelligent, nice, kind people, but they're all being shrouded by these people who just want to push their agendas. Okay, so to talk about the Destiny community, I mean, not Destiny community, to talk about the Rivals community, Dark Shinobi, the biggest problem is that people in Rivals, and I will say, me on Daredevil has also, opened my eyes. First off, you have to be really good, which I'm not good on Daredevil, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try with Daredevil. And I'm realizing it's not easy to be good at Daredevil. It's not. Which, is obvious. But a lot of people say he's a no-skill character for some reason, which I don't understand personally. I always thought he always required skill. But anyways, with the Rivals community, I think the biggest problem with them. So the biggest problem with the Rivals community is one, nobody is interested in the tank role until tanks like Emma and Devil Dinosaur came out. Because I'll be honest, when those two came out, after looking up, after researching the amount of people who became tank mains because of these two tanks, it's putting in perspective what the tank role needs is just more fun tanks. Because there's a lot of tanks in the game that have a bad play loop. And speaking of a bad play loop, let me talk about Destiny. Before I talk about the community and how dumb they are for what they're doing to the people who are enjoying Marathon. So, Dark. I know you're at least listening. A large amount of the Rivals community hate Tank. And because of that, people have created, well, I say people, but pros specifically, have created metas that have literally changed the game. And one of these metas that has completely destroyed the Rivals community and the devs play a big part in these metas, especially in D2. Well, in Destiny there have been a lot of weird, interesting meta builds that have broken PvP and PvE, kind of. There's been a lot of metas in Destiny that have changed throughout the years. Some of them being very boring. Like a large amount of boring metas. Now, Rivals, currently the meta that is taking over Marvel Rivals is triple support. Mainly because, one, a large amount of people would rather play a support character than play a tank, but also because at the time Ultron was not in a good state, so people thought, oh, let's run triple support. And the people are pro players in high ranks, and then lower rank players started doing it. And then it started this whole thing about, if you suck at, basically the meta is, if you suck at the game, pick triple support, heal, get spam ults, and especially now, if Gambit is not banned in ranked, then have full reign. Always have a Gambit, get his ult, push on his ult, you just get a free win. And the devs, yo, I won't lie, I try my best to give the devs the benefit of the doubt for certain things, but when triple support is breaking a large amount of the community because a lot of them don't want to play in triple support, me included, it's so long for no reason, and all they have to do is nerf supports. I don't know if anybody has even talked about it, but Luna does as much damage as Hela. And now people are using Luna as a DPS more than a healer. So we're running into a bad loop of people who just want to play certain healers. Well, yeah, I say healers, but I know they're supports. Well, they're strategists. But goodness, don't forget you can heal your team. And then there's a large amount of the community that is clueless when in a game. And when I say this, I mean, for example, if your healers are dying consistently, find out who's killing them and counter them. That's all you need to do. But a large amount of the community doesn't understand what that means. That means if there is a Black Panther in your backline, and currently the tank you have is a Magneto who's dealing with a Punisher, who has to deal with a Punisher Star-Lord, because right now those are the two meta DPS, then that means somebody has to switch to counter Black Panther. You can't just say, oh, tank, switch the thing. If I switch the thing, I'm gonna get lit up and killed by Punisher and Star-Lord. And none of y'all are gonna help me. But I'm supposed to, as a solo tank, I'm supposed to do everything. Meanwhile, we have 2 to 3 DPS who are just focusing on kills, but they're not killing the person who keeps killing the healers. And then they type in chat, "Oh, trash heals. GG knows no heals. Our healers suck. They couldn't heal me for anything. They just kept dying to a Black Panther in our backline." So you didn't kill him. You bait. Like, I don't understand. If you see you have one tank, one or two of the DPS's job is to peel for your healers. A tank can do it all, but if we do it all, that means if we mess up 1 second, one little cooldown is used on someone else, then it could be a team wipe, and who do they blame? It's a consistent cycle with this community. Now, I'm sorry. The rivals community, I'm gonna be honest, they are toxic. But nothing is as toxic as the FGC or Call of Duty lobbies. Hell, don't even let me bring up GTA, because people take that game seriously. Now, the other problem with the Destiny community is a large amount of people that play Destiny. I do not believe actually know what the game needs. I think they talk a lot. They do. But I don't think they actually know what the game needs as a whole. And the reason why I'm saying that is don't just say you need this, this, and this to fix something. I'm gonna be honest, with devs like Destiny, with the Destiny devs, you gotta lay it out. Every little thing that needs to be fixed. And granted, there's a large amount of things that need to be fixed about Destiny. You think they making a third game or is the series over? Jay, in my honest opinion, it's over because the Destiny players are stupid. And the reason, hold on, let me put my controller down. The reason why I'm saying that is because these people are review bombing Marathon because they want a D3. Now, I'm going to just say this. What sense does it make for the company who's really not doing good cost Sony several $billions currently? And they've had expansion after expansion to these little expansions that's added a lot of interesting things, but they're not pulling the player base that they used to. You see the company is currently struggling, and you're going to review bomb their newest game because you want them to make a Destiny 3. All you idiots are doing is showing Sony, hey, we don't like this game, so shut it down. They shut it down, which also means they shut Bungie down. Because at the end of the day, all the devs that worked on Marathon, all the devs that worked on Destiny are going to be kicked out. They're going to lose their jobs. All you guys are doing is making Bungie die faster. How does that fix anything? And I understand. Look, I am a person who liked Destiny. I know that Marathon shouldn't have been made. And Bungie was hoping Marathon was going to be the game that gets them back in Sony's happy side. But y'all review bombing the game are just screwing it up for everybody. Because you people don't realize you are review bombing a game that is their last vestige. Their last way of trying to get back on Sony's good side. All you guys are doing is making their death faster, thinking, oh, we're doing this because we want a D3. How are you going to get a D3 when they're all gone? And then, Jay, let me tell you something else these people have done. They've been sending death threats to anybody who has not signed a petition for a Destiny 3. Now, here's the thing. Shout out to the community for actually trying to do something good. Like, getting the community riled up for Destiny 3, signing a petition. You know, this is great. This is great and all. But you have to think about it in the long run. Think about it strategically. How in the world is this going to change anything? When has a petition ever worked in life? Truly. You think Sony is going to look at that? Bungie wants to make something better. But due to Sony being the dumbasses that they are, They shut down Destiny. And they're the best part about what's happening to Destiny currently is that we are potentially getting the best update ever in Destiny history. We are about to get the best update ever. And because of these people, these stupid people, we're about to potentially see the death of a gaming community. Because here's the thing, Destiny is going to live on, but Bungie is going to fully die. Because if Sony takes all these bad reviews to heart, they can shut down Marathon and shut down Bungie completely. And then Destiny players won't have anything else. And you know what? I gotta say this. Let me breathe before I say this. Stop coping. Stop it. All you guys are doing is holding on to hope. You know what happens when you hold on to hope in a video game? Nothing good. And you know what? I'll ask the question. If any of you Destiny fans are fans of any other games, have you ever held on to hope? Hoping that a game that you love gets announced? Like the next game, and I know we're talking about Destiny, but I'm not only a Destiny fan. I'm Final Fantasy. I'm Grand Blue Fantasy. I'm Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars, Star Trek. I seen a lot, and I'm fans of different game genres. I don't just play one. I played multiple. But holding on to hope when you're a fan of something, like for example, and you know what? I'm throwing this out. Infamous, Prototype, Uncharted, God of War. These games have a lot of love and support behind them. And they're from gaming companies that truly support and love what they do. But imagine watching the Game Awards and it's just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. It's the final reveal, and it's something trash. And that trash called High Guard. And look at where it is. All you guys are doing is holding on to something that's not real. Stop thinking about this. You really want to make a difference? Stop using your wallet. Yes, you can support Destiny as much as you want. You can truly support them, give them as much money as you want. But anyway, at the end of the day, real life happened. Sony made the decision because you're not seeing it from Sony's perspective. Bungie, the acquisition that they chose over Activision lost them billions of dollars. Not just for Destiny, but for Marathon. And Marathon is kind of doing okay. Destiny is losing players. You wonder why? Because not only is Sony forcing Bungie to make better content, but Bungie is not hearing their own community. And when they finally hear their community, it's about to die. You know how crazy that is? Truly? We get in D3 before GTA 6, just in time. Candido, I'm sorry. I am currently in a mood to to crash, to crash out. I'm not into the story of this game. Do you think it's finished or missing a lot still? Jay, let me tell you something. Currently, there from where I fully got into the game, Pale Heart, aka Destiny 2 The Final Shape. Okay, to let you know the TLDR is that Lightfall by itself, this whole thing, it started out great, but so stupid. It it started going here, 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 here. It started giving us like plot points that don't matter to the actual story. Then Final Shape came out. I'm gonna say this: Destiny 2 died when Final Shape came out because this was the best DLC they came out with. And then they dropped Edge of Fate, which I don't know. And then also before Edge of Fate came out, they came out with a DLC which ended with a robot queen, and I'm not exaggerating this, Jay. Her story, because she was supposed to be an upcoming villain that they were trying to build up, but her story ends with, and again, a robotic queen ends. They ended her story with her floating in a river of milk, and I'm not exaggerating. Her, she just decided to float in a river of milk, and she fell off a she fell off a waterfall, just letting it float. Crash, he loves this game so much. Okay, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. I will say this is definitely in my top 5 games. Let me peep gaming news. What is it? No, don't do this to me. Wait, DC Partners? Wait, DC Buddies might be real? Wait, DC Buddies is real, bruh. Nah, they're actually doing DC Buddies? Okay. So, Jay, that is the TLDR. Now, just know, they ended Destiny with Destiny 2 Renegades. I will be playing through this specific story because not only is this basically just the Star Wars DLC. Yeah, this is basically just the Star Wars DLC, but also they have added extra plot points that just don't get anything. It will be cheaper in June. In June, all DLCs are going to be half off. And then they've added Destiny 2, like an Ultimate Edition to PlayStation Extra, which adds all the DLCs. Now, here's the worst part about Destiny. When you asking the devs for a refund, I need one. But here's the worst part about it, Bull Jay. Let me tell you something. Half of the DLCs are gone in Destiny because Bungie and Sony a little bit just deleted the beginning stories. Half of the DLCs are just gone. You don't even get to see the original Destiny 2 story because They deleted it and don't know how to bring it back. And all this is proving is that not everyone can make a live service game. Because I'm going to be real, if it's not Rivals or Fortnite, they're done. Now, seeing that Warner Brothers wants to make DC Buddies, I'm worried because who do they have over there that knows how to make a, a hero shooter? Oh yeah, let me show you something else, Jay Bull. Let me show you something. You see these? So 1,500 silver. How much is that? Well, let's take a look. So that is pretty much 15 bucks for one whole kit of armor. One whole kit of armor is 15 bucks. Now, just know, all of that for a skin. But Jay, it gets worse. So first off, they've added Mandalorian skins for each role. And actually, this is one of the first times Titans get... Wow, wait. Is this the first time we get a cape? I think so. So, also in the final DLC, called Renegades, you can get a lightsaber just by playing through the story mode. And this lightsaber alone brought a large amount of the community back. And the best part is, you get it off rip. Now, let me just see. 1,000 silver. How much is that? Let's take a look. So, each of these right here that you see is 1,000 is $10. So $10 for this, alright? Now remember that 1,500 was $15. So let's take a look. How much would 2K silver cost? So 2K silver is 20 bucks for this entire Mandalorian skin. Keep that in mind. Because it's for every role. Every role gets their own. I believe Titans get Mandalorians. Hunters get... I think they got Boba Fett. And then Warlocks get the blue one. Now, the best part is that once the final update comes out, Jay and Bull, everything is going to be fundamentally different. For some reason, the last stuff they're going to do in Destiny is literally the best update we've ever seen in Destiny ever. And I won't lie, a large amount of people are going to play Destiny just because of this last update. And it hurts. And I agree with you, Bull. Everything should be free. Everything. Now, Oh yeah, let me show you why these DLCs were important. J's on one. So, Forsaken. Forsaken was important because. Oh right, I forgot. So, unfortunately, for new gen players, a lot of people won't be able to play through the story of Cade 6 because Bungie accidentally deleted the story of Cade 6. So, let me tell you the actual important ones. Beyond Light gives you a whole new subclass and a large amount of new exotics. Witch Queen was good because of the story with Savathun. And the actually Witch Queen was also good because they gave us glaives, a whole new way of doing melee. Lightfall is only good because they give us Strand. The final shape is good because a whole new they gave us this. Something called Prismatic. And what Prismatic is, you can use a set amount of supers all in one so you don't have to constantly switch to a full-on subclass. You can just switch the super and switch to whatever you need for the time being. Basically another way to play the game and have value. It would be hilarious if some people buy DLCs and play the game again, then they announce the game is going to come back. They should do that. I feel like they should. They really should. So again, each each DLC that I've mentioned, Final Shape, Beyond Light, and Lightfall, those three give you more supers to work with. Like for example, for Sentinel, which is the Void Titan, you are able to gain Twilight Garrison from getting the Final Shape, and it is basically you throwing void axes and causing void explosions. You can also pick up these axes wherever you throw them, and it's just cool. One of the coolest supers Titans gotten in a long time. Then they also gave us Stasis class, which Stasis broke the game, and honestly, Stasis was the reason for a large amount of the problems for this game because they took way too long to patch it. Almost like certain devs that couldn't. Almost like a certain amount of devs that couldn't patch triple support. But, you know, let me stop. And then there's Strand. I won't lie, Titans got hoed with Strand because, it gives us blade hands. I mean, that's cool, but the other classes just get better supers than the Titans. Me glazing. Man, I'm only talking about the good stuff. Now, the bad stuff, right now, a there is a set amount of people in the player base of Destiny 2 that are currently sending death threats to anybody who is supporting Marathon. And currently, a large amount of the Destiny 2 fan base is review bombing, talking bad about Marathon, sending death threats to voice actors of Marathon and the people who gave up Destiny to play Marathon and actually liked the game. Bro, what are y'all doing? Like, I get y'all want Destiny 3, but all you're doing is asking for Bungie to die quicker. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's not me, bro. Because here's the thing. I let it known that I was not going to play Marathon. Not a fan of it. I don't like that Sony made Bungie do this. But at the same time, I know Bungie wanted to make a new game. So I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I'm still not a fan of the gameplay. It's a PvP only game. Eh. But yeah, y'all just need to do this better. Like if you want to protest a game, you got to do like attacking the newest game of the company that you want to make a game that you like is not going to fix anything. Like for instance, if you're going to attack Insomniac for making Wolverine because you want them to make a Spider-Man game, you're not helping. And especially since they're gonna make a they're gonna make a Spider-Man game. They always do. Why does this thing why does this thing shoot like a cannon? This thing really shoots like a cannon. You was kicking your feet playing high guard? What are you talking about? Bro, high guard, you know how it hurts that high guard it, it was trash, bro. And I'm not gonna act like it was. I'm not gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. Hell no. That game was just not fun. And you know the crazy part is that I'm the only one of us that actually played the game. What's your favorite game? Where are you getting these analytics from, Brad? Like that was a flex. Bro, it's just that y'all are saying it's my favorite game when I keep saying I hate that game, bro. I just think you guys like it making me mad so you can see me crash out. I'm not smiling talking about High Guard. I won't lie, I'm smiling talking about Destiny because I like their certain parts of Destiny. Certain parts of Destiny cannot be like replicated, just because that was honestly where Destiny was at its peak. Okay, you gotta stop with this. I'm sweating, bruh. I'm not. I can sit and chill, play a game without sweat. Like I'm not the sweaty player you think I am. Mad over playing your favorite game. Nah, I know what y'all doing. Was addicted to Destiny PvP. I used to be. I won't lie. Destiny 1 PvP? Look, that was where the Lost Boys was, bro. Constantly, constantly going to. Oh my god, oh my god. Hey, stop it. Mm-hmm. Who's running around with a shotgun cheesing people? Well, yeah, I had the no backup plans. my god, I almost just died. Show yours.
Look,
Destiny 1 has Destiny 1 has a large amount of things that can't be replicated. And unfortunately, this is truly, for the time being, going to be one of the last times I can enjoy Destiny for where it is. hmm Bro, I have been taking a breath. I'm not sweating. I'm just chilling. hmm Crazy? What? Okay. And you know what? Can we also talk about? I want to go back to the rivals community. All I need people to know with rivals is that y'all gotta know when to switch, but also y'all need to know when the heck there's an issue and how to counter. because I feel like that's a large part of the community. Yeah, but I switched. Even though we still lost, I switched. And I know I'm dog shit with Daredevil. Oh. When they trying to have casual fun, bro, there's nothing fun with going 0-1. There's no. You cannot tell me there's something fun with going 1-8. I was not having fun when I was playing Daredevil, and I sucked. Like, how is that fun? It's better you switch and do good than just suck in silence. Okay, this dude keeps dying. And you shot my dog? What are you talking about? Look, man, it's just not fun to go 1-8 on a character. Leg about to be it. Aren't you gonna be toxic on DC buddies? You know what? That's also another issue with hero shooters. I feel like regardless, hero shooters are always going to have some of the most toxic communities. Granted, I don't think Rivals is as bad as like any FGC game yet. Granted, they're hella close. Running in and getting messed up, bro. You know the worst part about it too, Jay? They bring toxic people like me, bro. I'm not. Oh my god. Actually, who am I kidding? I know I'm talking to y'all. So y'all are gonna just blame me the whole time. Yeah. Granted, Rivals is definitely getting worse and worse. And it's to the point where like you don't even lose because of the enemy team. You lose because people just give up on your team. Now, realizing DC buddies, no, I'm not going to be playing Aqualad. Just like in Rivals, I will keep the same energy. I am maxing out every single tank. One in 22 on static. Okay, static in that game. What would he even be? Would he be like? Would he be like Storm? Technically, not going to be cheaply made. Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, I hope it's not free. Can we all agree? I think one of the biggest problems with oh, I thought he fell to his death for a second. One of the biggest problems with Rivals is that it's free. On God, making $100. Nah, you're smoking cock. I'm not doing. I'm not paying $100 for DC buddies, bro. Oh, he left after that is crazy. Players still going to be toxic either way. Look at Overwatch One. $60 by the way. Look, Overwatch. I feel like another part that's probably going to make or break the game is for sure who they put in each role. Because I won't lie, like, it really depends on who they have as DPS, man.
Not gonna lie, I probably might not play it if Flash is. You know, Flash is gonna be in there. Now, Flash is probably gonna be like BP though. Pain. Flash gets a pass if he's broke. If he is broken because he's the Flash. True, true. I agree. Now, Wonder Woman and Superman, are they both tanks? Tell me yes or no. I feel like it would make sense for both of them to be tanks. How many Green Lanterns are gonna be in the game? Because that's another thing. Because high key, you could have like three Green Lanterns in the game. I hope we see Darksiders 4. Yo, I didn't even think about that. I hope they let us play as all the horsemen. Bro, if we could play all the horsemen, do you know how sick that would be? Playing all the horsemen, being able to play with 4 people on Dark Side. Man. I would have Hal and John base, and then add Kyle, Guy, Jessica, etc. later. Because high key, you could have a Green Lantern for every role. Like John could be a tank, Hal Jordan can be a DPS, and then you could add Kyle as a healer because of his creativity. And honestly, oh right, then you gotta also add like the different colored lanterns. Atrocitus is definitely a tank. Marcus. Well, looks like DC Buddies is real.
They're actually doing something?
They just Warner Brother Games have announced they're making a single player Superman game and a live service Rivals type game. I just hope they have somebody. I'm trying to think of like who does Warner Brothers know that can make a hero shooter? Because for sure we cannot have the people who made Suicide Squad. Actually, do we know if any? Hmm.
If they're smart, they'll do a studio like Nettie.
See, but just know this is Warner Brothers we're talking about.
Yeah.
They could either make the perfect game, but they have a history of just screwing things over
Exactly.
on accident. Now I'm gonna personally give the game the benefit of the doubt, but I'm still scared. But Destiny community, to talk about y'all are stupid, and stop sending death threats to creators. You are causing more problems than you think. Does Warner Brothers work with any current reputable devs?
Great question, Dark Shinobi.
That's when we do a little research. Okay, let me look at the thread. There's another studio co-developing this Superman game with Warner Brothers Montreal, which I don't know, but Warner Brothers Games Montreal isn't alone on this.
Okay, so they have somebody who probably knows how to make a single player game helping Warner Brothers make it. Honestly, I think that's the best case scenario.
The game has been in development for about 5 to 6 years
And has undergone restarts, changes in the graphic engine, and was also affected by the change in management. Oh, okay. So, with Gunn.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the live service game, this new online multiplayer game from Warner Brother Games Montreal. From what I've heard, this game entered the development not too long ago.
Okay, so it just started development pretty much.
Okay. Both games, the Superman game and this DC Rivals games, are being developed using Unreal Engine 5. Okay. So this is also going through the layoffs. Working with external companies to facilitate
Okay. So no specific dev exactly.
hope it's true. It seems like it is. Wait, I kind of like this. I like this build. He did say it's unlikely the Superman game would be at Summer Games Fest, but if it is, I will never slander Jeff Keighley again. You know what? Honestly, Bull, it might be at the Game Awards. Think about it. All right, let's look at Warner Bros. Warner Brother Games. Warner Brother Game developers. Okay, so Warner Brother Games, a division of Warner Brothers Discovery, manages several own development studios. The primary internal studios include Rocksteady, NetherRealm, Avalanche, Monolith, TT Games, and Warner Brother Games Montreal. Avalanche is known for Hogwarts Legacy, previously developed Disney Infinity. Monolith was known for the Middle-earth series, the Shadows of Mordor, the Fear series, FEAR, and the canceled Wonder Woman game. NetherRealms, obviously Mortal Kombat, Injustice series, Rocksteady, the Arkham series, and unfortunately Suicide Squad. TT Games, obviously Lego. Warner Brother Games Montreal, they made the Arkham Origins game and Gotham Knights. Warner Brothers Games Boston, they specialize in free-to-play and mobile titles, formerly known as Turbine. Warner Brother Games New York, they manage back-end and server technology for Warner Brother multiplayer games. They were formerly called Agora Games. So, it's probably going to be between Warner Brother Games Boston, New York. It's probably between those two then. Because if they specialize in free-to-play and mobile titles, potentially DC Rivals might be free-to-play, so keep that in mind. And if it's not free-to-play, then it's probably fully Warner Brother Games New York, since they specialize in technology for Warner Brother multiplayer games. And based on his wording for the Rivals-like game, they're outsourcing from other companies, not just Warner Brothers Studios. Which, hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because now, what needs to happen is we need the game to be good first off. Okay, so for sure, Warner Brother Games New York is probably going to be the main one over it. But also, look, I actually want to hear which developer is going to be working on this, because that is very crucial. That is very crucial. Oh God. Okay, so now we got to talk about DC buddies being real, bruh. So who should be in the game off rip? Like base roster for DC buddies, bruh. So Batman is gonna be in the game, obviously. I feel like a large amount of the roster is gonna be Batman slash Gotham characters. What's this? If it's true, Wonder Man is. I say Wonder Man. Wonder Woman and Superman are tanks. Agreed. So, I feel like Wonder Woman would probably be. If this was like Rivals, Wonder Woman would probably be the Captain America of the game, where she is a high mobility tank with combos. And the main thing that she does is she can stay alive, she does decent damage, and she can hold points for a long time. Superman, okay, there's not a character in Rivals that like gives me Superman vibes. For sure he would be a long-range tank because of his eye beams. He'd be a flying tank, so I guess he would be the Angela role. Like, oh God. Lumen this? Let me lumen it. Show me. Would have a grab with her lasso probably too. Yeah, and the bracelets would be reflecting damage. And the tiara, she's kind of loaded for real. Because she would also have the shield, probably her shield and her sword with her potentially, because there's a lot of iterations where she has that. What you mean by that? Okay, so can we all agree that Batman would literally just be Moon Knight? Batman would just be Moon Knight. Now, how do y'all feel about this? Dr. Fate taking the place of Doctor Strange. I feel like that makes sense, right? Do y'all, are y'all with me on that? Dr. Fate being the Doctor Strange of the game? Or would y'all rather him be a healer? What? Okay, I won't. Let me. It was a gigantic AO from this version of I can't speak. From this version of Scott Summers, it was definitely one of the biggest AOs ever. But this is a gigantic feat for Cyclops and for Juggernaut. We gotta give it to him. Batman would probably end up more like Daredevil than Moon Knight. You know what? It might be a mixture, honestly. Because Batman. No, I don't. No, I don't, Bull. Stop that. Batman gonna have a Daredevil reflect, and it's just him bringing up the Tibetan monks. Bro, oh my god, that reminds me of when he crossed his fingers like Gojo during Brave of the Bold, and he's like, "Oh, I could stop any telepathic attack because of this Tibet technique." How would you feel if he worked similar to how he did in Multiverses? Um, I'd be cool with that actually. If we're talking, okay, Superman, I would be cool with. Like, geez, if Superman was the Angela of the game, he is going to make so many people mad. But granted, he would also be a long range tank, also. Now, Batman and multiverses? Whew. I think, honestly, the big three, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, were all really good in multiverses. It was just. They took too long. They took too long to care about that game. What's up, Krim? About to knock out? Hey, get your rest, man. Deathstroke would be Deadpool, all three roles. Hmm, that would that would be interesting. I think he would be more focused on guns, though. It's 1:30 a.m. Oh God, Krim, get your rest, man. To be honest, they sold the game when they closed it down the first time, and then opened it up like a year later, and it was the exact same game. And also, they didn't learn from all their mistakes. They should have made all the characters free and just made the paid part the skins. So for Hulk, Doomsday. What about Bane? Bane is probably going to be a tank. Now, Doomsday being for Hulk, I'm with that. I stay up later on my phone anyways. It's just less sleep catching up to me. I feel that. It's probably going to be me. Bane? Okay, so Bane in DC Rivals would definitely be a tank. What kind of tank would he be? He would be more so a wrestler, huh? DC Rivals. The bald dude who ran the game was unironically like an even more evil version of Guan Guan. To be honest, please don't have that person over DC Rivals. Please. By the way, Krim, DC Rivals is real. Like that's actually being made. Looking gaming news. Looking gaming news. Look, it's real. Crazy. I'm pretty sure he got fired and exposed for trying to sabotage. Good. Multiverse to benefit his own paycheck. Wow. That sounds like the same dude who was over Destiny. I remember this dude, the dude over Destiny that screwed it over, got rid of all of the old stories and campaigns for the game for Cybertrucks. And then laughed about it. And then fired employees that made all the good stuff. Crazy. Game exclusive characters, but able to fight other people? They gotta do a collab? I mean, they're probably... Man, you know how crazy it would be if DC Rivals and Marvel Rivals did a collab? That would be heat. That would be heat, bro. Okay, Bane is definitely... I can see Bane being more of a grappler tank, I guess. Now, Aquaman... Is Aquaman an attack character? Alongside Batman? Namor, to be honest, I would make Aquaman a tank. I feel like it would make sense to make Aquaman a tank. He could be more balanced of assisting and attacking. I'm a sweet sleep twin. Alright, Krim. You have a good one, man. You have a good one. Okay, so Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and let's just get all the Justice League. Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, Cyborg. Oh, God. Green Arrow, Black Canary, Aquaman, Shazam, Red Tornado, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Firestorm. Zatanna. Man, I want Aquaman as a tank. I won't lie. Also, just for association, Cyborg is a tank. Yeah, Cyborg is a tank. Beast Boy, Nightwing, Booster Gold, the Atom, Robin, Red Hood, Dr. Fate, Zatanna, Raven. Oh God, there's so many characters. Okay, who would be DPS? Let's go with that. Let's go with DPS first. So Batman, DPS, Green Arrow, DPS. Black Canary? Black Canary seems like a DPS as well. So we got Batman, Raven, Green Arrow, Black Canary as DPS characters. Tank characters, we got Superman, Dr. Fate, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg. Wait, for the Teen Titans, would they have a support character? Because it's definitely not like... It wouldn't be Starfire. It wouldn't be Starfire. Maybe it could be Raven. That is up for debate. Flash. Gotta put Flash as DPS. Also, Martian Manhunter as a tank. Yo, Shazam as the Hulk of the game, I'm cool with. Okay, let's get DPS. Need a Green Lantern. Hal Jordan as a DPS, I guess. And then John as the tank Green Lantern. It would be kind of lit. Well, I say it would be kind of lit to have a team full of Green Lanterns, but at the same time, maybe it could just be different lanterns overall. Because you could also put Atrocitus. Random DPS pick Joker, Harley Quinn. Would Lex Luthor be a tank or a support character? Bro, stop this, bro. Lex Luthor. He's always shown in the mech suit. Booster Gold? Hawkgirl could actually be like a DPS. Red Tornado I could see as a DPS. He could be a DPS or... Nah, he's not DP. He's not a tank. We could get the mech. Lex Luthor as a tank, I'm with. And then Doomsday as a tank. Black Adam as a tank. Okay, now support characters. Originally I wanted Dr. Fate to be the Doctor Strange of the game, but high key we could have that be John Stewart. Like just have it be a Green Lantern. So we could have Dr. Fate as a support character, which is a good pick for a support. Dr. Fate strong enough. Obviously Zatanna for Dark Shinobi. Like she could be, oh my god, her magic as a support could be similar to Pip. She could be like Pip and Ying. Okay, now Mr. Terrific as a support, I'm with it. I'm with that 1000%. Shazam and Adam could be Thor. Shazam, I like Bull's idea of him being Hulk, and Black Adam being like Thor, I could definitely see. Miss Martian? Okay, Young Justice. Yeah. Plastic Man for Mr. Fantastic? Oh god. Yeah, we got a Plastic Man. That it literally fits. It literally fits, bro. Now, Flash villains. You know we gotta put an ice character. Captain Cold. Now, here's the other question. Captain Cold or Victor Mr. Freeze himself. Who do you want more? Captain Cold or Mr. Freeze? Poison Ivy? Always can heal with plants. Mr. Freeze. Okay, Mr. Freeze seems like more of a tank character to me. Anyone else agree? Or nah? Because look, I won't lie, Batman characters are literally going to take over the roster. Mr. Freeze as a tank. Bane as a tank. Killer Croc? It's debatable. I mean, Joker, obviously. Harley Quinn. Yes. Okay, so another question. Should Reverse Flash be in the game, or should he just be a skin? How do we feel about Reverse Flash? Like, we could do... Okay. Oh, man. I hate the first Flash villain that comes to mind is Gorilla Grodd. Plus, that's just another tank. Tank being added. Oh. We gotta put Brainiac as a support. Brainiac could literally be like an Ultron situation. If they do multiple Flashes, I'll only accept if they do Wally and Barry as two different roles. Reverse Flash could just be a skin. Gorilla Grodd is not my twin, bruh. Reverse Flash could just be a skin. I'm only saying it because nobody hates Flash more than Reverse Flash. Okay, and I already added Atrocitus as a tank. Atrocitus as a tank, obviously, for the Lanterns, even though there are a couple more. Sinestro. Okay, Sinestro, what role would he be? DPS or tank? Because I can't see him as a support. Because, you know, Sinestro is all about fear. I don't see him healing using fear. I do see a Blue Lantern healing. Or Green Lantern, obviously. Oh, right. I'm also just gonna put Darkseid as a tank, obviously. You know, I'm noticing something with the... Are there way more tanks in DC than Marvel? Because when you really look at it, there's a large amount of characters that you can consider a tank. Meanwhile, in Rivals, we got some interesting picks. Sinestro DPS? Yeah, I feel like it would make sense as well. Gorilla Grodd, basically the Thing, but a gorilla. He would also technically have, like, Emma Frost Ultimate. Yeah, like, yes, definitely a lot more. It's kind of crazy looking at it, for real. Other characters. Blue Beetle. I feel like Blue Beetle, definitely a DPS. Any rejections on that? The tanks in Marvel are more villains than heroes. That's facts. You think Blue Beetle would take the place of Iron Man? I mean, kind of. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Constantine? Yes. Constantine support. You know what? Another person you could have is hmm. Oh God, are we gonna have pets? Or who would play a pet character? Because the first pet that comes to mind is like Crypto the Super Dog. Lobo as a tank, yes sir. We need that. Okay, now hmm. Who could be another character that we could add into this game? Because again, if this is going to be like the rivals version of DC, then we can add human characters and buff them up. Beast Boy, people would definitely play Crypto. Okay, what role are we putting Crypto? Supergirl, Power Girl as a DPS? Or I'm kind of with that. Power Girl in the game, yeah. Um, Lois Lane support. Dexstar? Wait, that could be kind of tough. I could see Dexstar being a support or something. No, he's a Red Lantern. Dexstar could work though. People would definitely play Crypto though. That is true. Crypto would be a demon and probably play like Jetpack Cat. You know what? I'm putting him as a support. Why not? Oh right, Zod. Zod would have to be a tank, wouldn't he? I don't see Zod as a DPS. Um. Oh, Captain Boomerang, Swamp Thing, tank, Swamp Thing. Good choice. Good choice. Nightwing as Daredevil. I see it. I'm just gonna put Static Shock as an attack. Yeah, Static Shock. A lot of people would play him. Like obviously. Let's see. Other characters. Beast Boy. Beast Boy could be a sick DPS though. But technically, couldn't. No, no. I was about to say, couldn't Beast Boy also be a tank? I mean, kinda. Maybe in his ult. Doctor Manhattan. He could actually be a tank or a support. Since we got people like Adam as a support. Hmm. Let's see. Ra's al Ghul. Beast Boy does spam big animals, so they could make him a tank if they really wanted to. Like thinking about, because I'm trying to think of each team having a set amount of healers, tanks, and attack characters. Because Batman could be an attack support character, Superman, Wonder Woman, tanks, Martian Manhunter. It's kind of like a mixture of all of them. Then you got Zatanna, Dr. Fate, Mr. Terrific in the back. And then when you look at the Teen Titans, Beast Boy and Cyborg being the tanks of the group, Raven, Starfire as like the DPS, and then there's Robin. But like, who would be the support character in the Teen Titans? Yo, low-key, you could do I could do Robin. I mean, not Robin. Raven. A lot of people would pick support if Raven's there. She's a fan favorite character. The more I think about it, okay, so Nightwing would be in the game. Red Hood would be a DPS. Because I see Red Hood basically being the Winter Soldier of the game. He would probably have 2 pistols, like Deadpool. So, would there be a definitive Robin? Like, would it be Tim Drake's Robin? So, we would have Tim Drake's Robin. We would have Red Hood. And we would have Nightwing in the game. Along with Batman. Swamp Thing. Yeah, we got Swamp Things for Groot. What's stopping them from making Red Hood a tank? I mean, look, from what I saw in Gotham Knights, they gave him... Oh god, what about Ra's al Ghul? Because he could... Oh, goodness, could he be a support character and his ultimate is the Lazarus Pit? No, that would be crazy. But then again, Ra's al Ghul could have a buff from the Lazarus Pit, allowing him to heal allies. Hold on. That could be very interesting for the gameplay. Red Hood. Born again, but it's the Lazarus Pit? Hold on, Ra's al Ghul? Ra's al Ghul as a support, and then Red Hood as a tank. Now Robin as a support. So we're choosing the Robin. So Tim Drake's Robin would be... He would be a support. Would he have this... The sword? Oh yeah, Darkseid's a tank. Honestly, we could even have Darkseid We could have Darkseid be the main villain, obviously. I think it's funny. All of the all of the Superman villains could just be the main villains of the story, and then there's everybody else. Okay, so Swamp Thing grew. Tim Drake always has the staff. That was his signature weapon before any other Robin got the staff. Well, him having a bunch of different gadgets that could heal or support allies, I could see. So Jason Todd, DP, well, he could be like tank pool basically. And Nightwing could be the Daredevil of the game. Red Robin being Tim Drake. Well, yeah. He could be a support. But, okay. Tim Drake or Damian Wayne? Because I feel like there should it be only one Robin in the game? Because technically, there's more than one Robin. But at the same time, Arsenal or Red Arrow? High key, we could make one of the Arrow characters a support. Low key, right? Okay, do we need more than one bow character? Because I feel like Green Arrow is the definitive bow character of DC. But having one of the other bow characters be a support could be interesting. Tim Drake right now is more Red Robin, and Damian is just Robin. Yeah, Damian is the one who always has the sword. Tim is the one with the staff. And completely different ways of thinking, fighting styles, everything. So, I mean, I'm cool with it. I don't care. I would like all of them to be in the game, playable in some way, like Red Robin and Robin being in the game. Poison Ivy as a support, yes, we have that. Wonder Woman villains. Oh god, we gotta put Ares. Ares as a tank, easy. Who else is a Wonder Woman villain? Cheetah? Do people like Cheetah like that? You know what? Let me just look at the Injustice roster. Alright, the full-on Injustice roster. Let's see. Because another thing is we need a Punisher. We need a Punisher for the game. Oh, Deadshot. Okay, so we have Deadshot, and we already brought up Deathstroke. Alright, so Deadshot, Deathstroke. Because Cheetah is as strong as Wonder Woman, she's a tank. Giganta as a tank? I'm with that. I feel like they would make Cheetah a DPS, though. I'm taking Bloodsport over Deadshot just for Aura. Low-key, I'm kind of with you on that. Solomon Grundy tank? Oh, Amazo as a tank. Amazo would be a sick tank, too. Cheetah could be the Black Cat without the added magic. Let's see. Grodd. Trying to see if I missed anybody. Catwoman. Catwoman has to be a DPS. Yep, Catwoman as a DPS. Yes. Vixen. Vixen as a DPS. Yes. You know, Bull and Candido and Dark. This is making me realize DC character. There's a lot of random DC characters that are more well known than a large amount of the Marvel cast, and it's crazy. Right, we got Brainiac, Scarecrow. I doubt they would put in Scarecrow, Captain Cold, Black Adam, Darkseid, Black Canary. I already got Black Canary, Green Arrow. Right, Cyborg. Swamp Thing. Firestorm. Okay, Firestorm. Firestorm could literally be Human Torch. Marvel's popularity was mostly boosted by the MCU, so the most popular recognized are X-Men or MCU characters. It's sad. And I'm glad that Marvel Rivals is bringing more light to random characters because, God, it really shows that nobody saw comics or TV shows. Like, it really showed. Okay, trying to see if I... Oh yeah, what was the original roster for Injustice? Let me see this. Okay, Martian Manhunter, Zatanna, Raven, Batgirl, Lobo, Solomon Grundy, General Zod, Ares, Killer Frost. Okay. Wait, who's playable in the mobile game? Let me look at that. Mm-hmm. Alright, let me look at this mobile game. They had John Constantine, they had Peacemaker, Batman Who Laughs, okay, Black Adam, Gorilla Grodd, Mr. Freeze, Black Manta. Black Manta is more of a DPS. Question would be gas. Would Question be a support? I mean, Question actually does have powers in comics, so it's up for grabs. Marvel has tanks, but they're not really known yet. Yeah, can't wait for Blue Marvel to be known, bruh. They're now knowing about Sentry. Now, I need them to get Gladiator up there. Well, the X-Men cartoon already put love on Gladiator. Okay, Hawkman. Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Okay, low-key, Hawkman or Hawkgirl? Because I feel like Hawkgirl could probably be a tank. Like, we could put Hawkgirl in the game, and Hawkgirl and Hawkman could just have a skin. Like, Hawkgirl could just have a skin that turns her into Hawkman. Just so they're not taking up, like, two roster slots. Oh, right. They also have an Enchantress. I'm putting Enchantress as a support. Reverse Flash, Joker, Batwoman, Superman, Batman, Batman, Superman, Superman, Batman, Batman, Superman, Harley Quinn, Power Girl, got her, Red Hood, Captain Cold, Multiverse, Wonder Woman, Black Lightning. I won't lie, if we put in Static Shock, Black Lightning would have to be the tank equivalent. Cersei? I'm with that. Cersei got enough in her kit. Let's see. Grid, Scarecrow, Deadshot, Cyborg, Black Canary, Blue Beetle, Cheetah, Supergirl, Speed Force, Flash, Green Arrow, Blue Beetle, Swamp Thing, Shazam, Dr. Fate, Deadshot, Orm, Robin, Beast Boy, Firestorm, Joker, Superman, Bane, Green Arrow, Oh yeah, they do have gameplay on John Constantine, Black Adam, Swamp Thing. Wait, they have Vixen was in this game? In the mobile version of Injustice, for real? What? I mean, I'm with it. Just question it. Gizmo? You know what? The Hive would be crazy, actually. Because you could add Mammoth as a tank. There's a decent amount of characters you could put in. Mhm. Okay, after looking at a couple people's tier lists, a lot of people have Batman as a support character. According to their lists, because they say Batman is more of a strategist, so he would be the strategist equivalent role. Interesting. Mr. Miracle? He can work. There's a large amount of characters who have the potential of healing. Man, I really like that idea of Ra's al Ghul being a healer from constant use of the Lazarus Pit. Oh, God. I'll believe it when I see it because it's Warner Brothers. Well, knowing that it's from a credible source, there is potential we could see a trailer at the Game Awards. Now, I doubt we could see something for any of these games for Summer Games Fest. But Game Awards is up for at least something. Like, they could at least drop a trailer. I mean, not trailer. They could at least drop a name of the game. and they like money. Honestly, with Warner Brothers constantly trying to make something good, seeing how good Rivals has been doing, you know they're gonna jump on train. We'll see Doom in the Game Awards. Yes. Which, I won't lie, Doom is going to take over. Doom for real gonna take over, bruh. Gunn has shown interest in Rivals, DC game, and a Superman game. Yeah, he does. He did make a game right after having a good, very good success. Very good success. Lego Batman is very, very good. Look, Lego Batman, one of the best, surprisingly, one of the best Batman games to ever be made. I am just not paying full price. A large amount of people did. I will wait until it goes on sale. And when it does, I'll get it. I won't lie, I think the most impressive thing about Lego Batman is they put so much love into that. They put so many references to each movie, video game, TV show. It's honestly crazy. And they kept the humor. You know how hard it is to have a game where you actually laugh in? Overwatch 2 skins? Bull? I've never bought an Overwatch 2 skin. At all. The only thing I bought on Overwatch 2 was Malga. And that's because he was my most anticipated character. And he was so fun to play. Then, obviously, they nerfed him to the ground, and granted, he's still decently okay. No, I don't, Bull. Do you know how much that entire collab is? Bro, that's basically $200. I'm not spending $200 on fucking My Hero skins in Overwatch 2. Hell no. I wish I got the One Punch Man skin, but obviously I didn't, because realizing that it's $50 or more for just one of those skins was wild. And they're still increasing on the prices, which is crazy. Like there's no point in buying a skin in Overwatch 2. To me, there's 0 point. Okay, let me actually play the game a little bit. You know what? I feel, let's go Void. I don't have a Void weapon, do I? I'll be honest, I thought I did. Could go Telesto. Could go Hard Light. Um, or I could just choose Wave Splitter. Go easy with it. Screw it. We'll go Wave Splitter. I just put it back in the fucking bowl. You know what? I know what I gotta do. You know the console snitch that's on you, right? It says you were playing Overwatch 2 yesterday. Bro, I did not. Okay, now you're just lying to me. I did not play Overwatch 2. Yo, you gotta stop this narrative with Anthem. Stop. Why? Why do you want to push this narrative? Bro, first off, Destiny 2. Why are we doing this? What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Anthem you? Bro, what? No, I did. That is not the lore of the Legacy U, bruh. What? What are you talking about, man? That is not the lore at all. Do I want a... Bro, I'm not doing that. That's crazy, bro. Oh, by the way, who is getting Tekken? Because I'm high-key thinking about trying Tekken. Don't get scammed by Rico again. This dude. Look, Yujiro Hanma being in Tekken is probably Rico just gonna take the game from Blake this time? No way, bruh. I'm not just gonna sit around and let that happen. That that was crazy. He's in Tekken. This opens the opportunity for several other animes to show up in different genres. And especially if Yujiro Hanma sells good, if it sells good, oh, the potential for future DLCs could be crazy. Put Goku in Street Fighter? I mean, you know what? If enough people buy Yujiro Hanma, it it could be potential. And also, you, Bull, and Jay need to stop talking about Rico, man. I just hate that wherever I go, there's a dude named Rico somewhere. Cause when I was when I was in the interview, there was a person named Rico, and I got pissed, and I tried my best to like hide it, but bro, why am I being hoed? Why is there some random dude named Rico trying to get a job that could potentially take the job from me? Heck no. I didn't like this fact at all. He's a part of your lore now? Bro, why is it... I hate my canon events, bro. Why can't y'all have canon events that are as bad as mine? This is some bullshit. Now I got a dude named Rico who took my DLC away. By the way, I'm just know I will get Street Fighter 6. I'm just not getting it after getting hoed. You know what? I might just get Tekken. And I swear, if I get hoed with Tekken, it's up. It's up for real. Like, I'm actually gonna do what should have been done. I'm scorch earth, bro. But Candido, I want a physical copy. I need a physical copy. I need it. I can't say that. Pause. 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 Pause when I say this, but I need it physical. Oh, yeah, that's right. They need Goku money to get Goku. Is a whole other thing. I mean, here, if they want Goku, they better be ready to put that bag. Not trying to spend for a DLC. Hey, but I will say, if they do it, the amount of money they would get back in return. In case he doesn't like the game, bro. Not at all. Like I wanted pause, pause, pause. I want it physical because I like to own a game and not just get the digital version. Because we know how Sony is with their digital releases. Yeah, Yujiro is popular, just not on Goku's level. Goku, I won't lie, if Goku ever shows up in like Street Fighter or Tekken, you know every single Dragon Ball fan is gonna pick up Tekken. Like, for real, for real. No, what are you? Oh my god, y'all just want to say whatever the hell y'all want to prove your points. No, I hate that dude. He took away my DLCs and then act like it wasn't a big deal. I paid money for that shit, and he didn't give me it. And then he had the audacity to be like, "Oh, well, I just didn't pay attention." Nigga, let you fucking. No, Dark. What? I'm not blushing going into a GameStop. What are we talking about? What are y'all doing right now? Okay, I gotta find a good primary to have with this. I hate y'all. I hate y'all. I swear. Hadoken versus Kamehameha. I mean, we know what's gonna happen. I for real hate y'all. Y'all are demons, bro. Max is live on YouTube playing. Oh, he's playing Street Fighter. Let me see that. Probably playing Ingrid right now, isn't he? Oh no, he's playing the new update. Okay. I don't. I mean, it's okay, but I know there's an assault rifle I could use other than that. try this one. Okay, so probably after this map. Street Fighter 6 updated. Hey man, I'll play that later on in this year.
Did I go down the wrong path?
think I want an. Alright, I'm gonna try this. Okay, after this one, I'm probably just gonna call it there. Destiny community, like usual, still horrible cesspool. Okay, this thing needs like this. I like this assault. I mean, not assault rifle. I like this SMG, but goodness, this thing does not have stability. I almost just fell off. Okay. You gonna give Destiny a funeral screen? Yeah, in June when I do the Renegades DLC. Here's the thing, I hate that I'm enjoying myself playing this game, bro. But yes, Candido, I will be giving Destiny a full-on 100% funeral after I get the Renegade DLC, because Renegade is really what we're being left with. But the good news about it is, hey, I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have a freaking lightsaber, so that's a good thing. Oh yeah, that's right. Cast receiver. What do we want to do? Okay, well, I'm gonna go. I'm I'm really just disappointed in the. I feel like it. All Destiny streams that I'm gonna have from now on are just gonna be me being mad at the community and where we are. It's just unbelievable. Like there was no reason for us to be for the community to be this way right now. All right. So thank you all. Hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time zone. I will see you all tomorrow night. For the rest of this week, I can only do night streams, so unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. Peace out.